Hi, my name is Allison Brackett, and I would like to talk to you about Senate Bill 1072, which would make the act of grooming in sexual abuse cases a crime. This bill was first introduced in January of this year, and at this time there has been no movement on whether the bill will be accepted or denied. Current policy in Oklahoma includes engaging and enabling child sexual abuse and engaging and enabling child sexploitation as a punishable offense that can result in prison, fines, or both. Grooming of a child is typically the very first step a perpetrator takes before engaging in the actual abuse. It is also a tactic used to prevent the child from disclosing abuse, as well as building trust and establishing access to the victim. By adding grooming to the current bill, it will allow the law to charge and convict a person who engages in the act of grooming of child sexual abuse cases, as well as possibly prevent the abuse from actually occurring. 30 to 45% of child sexual perpetrators have admitted to grooming their victims, and in 2022, over 1,000 sexual abuse allegations were substantiated by the Oklahoma Department of Human Services. In Senate Bill 1072, the act of grooming is defined as the deliberate act of bringing a child into sexual, political, or racial ideology, practice, cult, or lifestyle without the knowledge or consent of his or her parents, for the aim of isolating the child from his or her family so the external party can abuse and manipulate him or her. It also would include the punishment of up to life in prison or 1 year in county jail, with a fine of either $500 to $5,000. Currently, there are federal laws put into place under Section 2422 in the United States Criminal Code. Under that code, the statute targets the sexual grooming of minors as well as the actual sexual exploitation of them. The downfall of this statute, though, is that the focus isn't on the perpetrator's intent to engage in sexual abuse of the victim, but rather on the intended effect of the child victim. There is also U.S. federal law that makes it illegal for a perpetrator to provide pornography to a child to encourage the child to engage in an adult-child sexual relationship. This is a very specific type of grooming that doesn't encompass all different types of grooming tactics used. While I think Senate Bill 1072 is a great start to eliminate or even lower the number of children who are sexually abused, I do think there are a few steps that can be taken in order to make it just a little bit more clearer on what grooming actually is and the various tactics that sexual perpetrators can use. My first suggestion would be a better and clearer definition of what grooming actually looks like. My suggestion would be to define it as the process by which a child is befriended by a would-be abuser in an attempt to gain the child's confidence and trust, and enabling the abuser to get the child to reluctantly accept the abuse activity. Another step I would encourage is that more training needs to be done to teach people about the warning signs of grooming and the different grooming tactics used by sexual abuse perpetrators. This would include training for people who have interactions with potential victims of sexual abuse. This would be teachers, doctors, child welfare workers, and child advocates. Ensuring that more training is completed to establish what true sexual grooming looks like, as well as the various grooming tactics utilized, would ensure that reports made to law enforcement are accurate and not just the reports of an adult being friendly to a child. So I would encourage you to contact your senator and encourage them to take a moment to look at Senate Bill 1072 so that we can be on track to help lower or even eliminate child sexual abuse victims and cases. Thank you.